Right, so what we shall need, we are going to need only two things. First and foremost is the ChatGPT account, which is free and you can get anywhere. And the code editor we are going to use, the IDE, is VS Code. You can use any, but I prefer VS Code since it's more simple and more user friendly. So without much more say, let us begin. So for this exercise, we're going to build a premium expense tracker. However, you can use the whole idea to generate the application you want or the website that you want. This website is going to become a PWA, which is available on any device, be it a laptop, a desktop, or even a mobile phone, despite it being Android or iPhone. So that's the beauty of it. And I've gotten time to develop a very long, detailed prompt here that I'm going to paste on my ChatGPT. So I'll not show here the whole prompt, but if you want, I'll link it in the description. So go ahead and click on that first link on the description, and then you'll actually get access to this whole detailed prompt that I gave the AI. Also, you can go ahead and write your own prompt by going to ChatGPT and generating for your prompt, or you can write it step by step by yourself. So without much more say, let us begin. So when I get our prompt, I'm just going to go ahead and paste it to our ChatGPT account here. And then I'm going to right click and then I'm going to paste our detailed prompt. The prompt is around 24 pages long, but it can be as short as possible or as long as possible. The most important goal here is to make sure that the AI understands what you're designing. So after that, I'm just going to hit send prompt, and then ChatGPT will go ahead and analyze the whole prompt that I've given it, explain to itself and understand the whole prompt or the whole idea that I want, and it will go ahead and create for us our first zip file. Also in this process, I'm going to show you how to debug in case of any issues, how you're going to debug, how you're going to find any problem, how you're going to rectify, how you're going to change, and then later on we are going to upload. So if that's something that might be interesting, please stay along and finish the whole video, because it's a step-by-step process. Once you miss a single step, you can not get the idea well. This year I talk about only AI tools, AI tutorials, and AI advice. So if that's something that may be interesting to you, please consider subscribing. And I always drop these videos at least maybe once a week. Or so I'll leave AI to do its thing, and then I'll fast forward this video at a certain speed. And in case you lost somewhere, please comment where you lost from, and then I'll read it through the comment section. And then I'll guide to the next step. So after around 7 minutes, ChatGPT goes ahead and develops for us our beautiful expense tracker. And according to the prompt, here is the prompt. I actually told it what is recommended tech stack. I told it use React, TypeScript, Vite, Tailwind. If you don't want it, then ChatGPT will go ahead and choose the default, the one it prefers. So me, I wanted that, so I'll go ahead and close this prompt. So this is what it came out after around 7 to 6 minutes. It says, I built a complete Pesta pilot. It actually gave us a name, but I didn't give it a name. So it called it Pesta Pilot, Expense Track and Budget Planner from your brief, including the language I requested it, then PWP support. This is where I told you that PWA is mostly where you can access it, download as an application, that you don't need to again design a full iOS application for it. Just go ahead and save it on home screen and it will work perfectly like an application. So responsive mobile navigation, dark mode it gave us, budget supports and all those. So it gave us the file after that, download Pesta Pilot Tracker. So you go ahead and click version 1.00, go ahead and click the zip file, and it will be downloaded directly on your PC. So as you can see, it includes the full source code, readme, favicon, PW icons, manifest, service, all those information, and then it gives us instruction after. After I've downloaded it, we are going to run it on our PC. Then we go ahead and run these commands on our terminal. So after that, then it says open on localhost link, and then let's go to that. So just go to the first Pesta Pilot. I'll go ahead and find it in the downloaded folder where it's downloaded from, and you can see it here. So I'm going to go ahead and extract it. Right click and then extract all. So you can choose the location. As I would prefer to just leave it there. So I'm going to click extract, and it will be extracted exactly on our download. So this is where now VS Code comes in. You open VS Code, locate where the folder is located, and it is in downloads, and which is this. So go ahead and double click, and then you're going to select this one exactly. Then click select folder, and it will open directly on VS Code. So once it is open, ChatGPT says that we run our commands. You can choose to copy copy one by one, and then you come here and right click on on terminal, then new terminal, click on that, and then you accept and trust the folder and continue. And then you're going to right click on this to paste it here, like so. So once you click that, you right click and that comes, you press the enter button. However, for me, I don't want to waste a lot of more time, so I'm just going to go ahead and copy all one by one. I'm going to go ahead and copy all at once. Then right click, copy. Then I go to delete this. Then I'm going to right click all of them and they all run at once. So once that is done, click enter, and then VS Code will go ahead and run for us this in our terminal, install for us the application and run some checks. Then we're going to run it on localhost. As you can see, npm run dev, that opens our localhost, and then we can go ahead and access on our PC or even on our mobile device, provided it gives us a network that we can access it from. Right, so when we open it, we actually discovered our project did not run, it failed. And as you can see, building failed, and it gave us some red errors here. And however, it went ahead and gave us the localhost link, this one, which when you open, it actually comes to this. We can see that our favicon is already working, which means it developed, but some small thing happened. Now this is where the debugging thing comes in that I told you that you will learn. In such a scenario, don't panic. Go ahead and copy this, and then you'll paste to ChatGPT, and will explain to you what happened wrong and then how you can solve it. Or better still, just go ahead and copy the whole output of the terminal, and then you will copy all, and then we are going to paste it as sides. You can press Ctrl C on your laptop, but I'm going to use the on-screen keyboard. Then I'm going to click on Ctrl C, and that copies it on my clipboard. So once that is done, I'm going to go ahead and go back to ChatGPT, and then I'm going to paste our prompt here. And then ChatGPT will definitely realize what we want, and then it will find out that we found the problem. Then it will go ahead and give us the right solution so that we can go ahead and work. As you can see, the app code itself is passing. This failures post CSS configuration from Drive. Vite is climbing upward, and so ChatGPT will go ahead and inspect the whole project file, then give us another version or give us what to change. Okay, so now after ChatGPT has found out the problem, it says the problem was your React TypeScript app is fine, install succeeded, and type check passed. The failure is coming from this. So it says Vite is picking up unrelated. So fastest fix, it says that patch your existing folder by Ctrl C. Ctrl C closes the whole the running. So as you can see, you just press Ctrl C, then it stops the site running. Then it says download this patch and put inside your current folder, which is this. It's just one code. Download and put aside, and give us another option. Then from this, then run this. Or give us another option here that you can see, or use the corrected full version. I also rebuilt the whole zip and brought it as 1.01. So if you use that version, go ahead and repeat this. So now for our case, we're not going to do this first one. It's a little bit of a long process, but it's simple because it requires one file and then running it by sides. Now for the second option, just requiring the whole folder. So I'm going to go for the second one. Just download this. So I'm going to go ahead and download it there. Then I'm just going to go ahead and folder. Then I'm going to extract this. Same process that we did before. Extract it there. But now remember, now the version is 1.0.21. The version we're using right now is 1.0.0. So after that, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to open that very one. Open folder. Then I go back. It is this one that I want to work on. So I'm going to double click, and then I'm going to open this very one. Then I'm click this and make sure it comes here. So after that, it told us we again run the install and as before. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this, and then I'm going to go to the new terminal, trust this folder, and then I'm going to right click this or Ctrl V to paste that there, and then I'm going to click the enter button. previous version reinstalled and gave us the link, which is localhost. You can open it here and refresh, and then it will actually come like this. So basically, as we can see, everything is working very well. But right now we still have budget values. You can see everything is okay. We can install, no, not this. Can close this dashboard. That is perfect. Okay. You can change the dark mode or light mode. So basically right now it is I think working very well. That has default values, which is demo, I guess. So let's see, add the transaction amount is so the price in Uganda shouldn't, because right now I'm in Uganda, but it can be changed, or you can choose the one you want. 200, let's say 2 million, and then I can put rent. Then we go ahead and add a transaction, and as you can see, our 2 million comes in here. Okay, keep track your expense tracking, then we go ahead and track that. So alright, so I think it's very beautiful. So I'm just going to go ahead and screenshot this, because right now what we need is our own default value. I want to remove all these previous transactions. I want the application to come very, very beautiful. I think this can work. Okay, apparently this works very well, but still it has a monthly budget. Let's see. So I think we should also add a login, logout button. So I'm just going to screenshot this and tell it to stay to default, and then add login, logout button. So go ahead and paste that here, paste our screenshot, and then I'm going to go to ChatGPT and I'm going to tell it to add a login button and clear all the default values. Alright, so after that, AI comes in about around 4 minutes after. It goes ahead and says I've upgraded the PesaPilot v1.1, that's another version, with the test login session as I've described to it. The new behavior is name, email, password, not saved, local storage. The login session exists in the React memory. So everything is settings as logged out, and everything as I've directed it. So go ahead and download the second version, which is only this, but I always want to download the whole version of it. I also package the complete updated project, so I'm going to download the whole zip file, and then I'm going to go ahead and save that. To avoid a lot of back end and back and forth, just better you download the whole of it. So go ahead and still you can extract it here, or you can still copy and paste it in the other folder, but I'm just going to go ahead and extract all. And then I don't know if it is more simpler to you, but choose what is simpler to you. If you prefer copying and pasting in the folder, you still can do that, but now I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Then I'm going to go ahead and open that very folder. It is v1.1. Go ahead and click that, and then still again I'm going to what? I'm going to go ahead and install it again by doing this. Since remember we have just opened a new one, just going to go ahead and right click, now open folder, and v1, this one. Just go ahead and run terminal, then trust this folder. Then I'm going to right click as I paste that, and I'm going to click enter. So basically, as you can see, I ran a source. So an important behavior, logging out does not delete financial records. It only shows temporary login, use settings. So one thing I also realized is that the application still does not have the possibility or the option of downloading a PDF, which is something that is very important, mostly for this details where we're going to add our own transactions. Maybe a customer or the user might want to download the PDF version of their transaction. So I'm going to ask ChatGPT to generate for us a PDF so that we can actually go ahead and export our PDF. Right now, the only export I've seen is exporting a CSV file, which is a copy of the records, but I will also want a PDF. So After we have tested this, that login and logout is working, and here I change it to good morning with my name, we are going to go ahead and ask ChatGPT to do that, and then we go ahead and publish to avoid wasting a lot of time. So ChatGPT installation goes ahead, and then let me come back. Alright, so once that is done, installation is done, I'm just going to go ahead and refresh this. Actually, refresh automatically, and as you can see, it becomes like a zero software right now where they sign in and sign out. However, I've told it, don't create the back end. So there's a more detailed video how you can create this in the back end, but however, for now, I'm just going to go ahead and try logging in. There's also no confirmation email that you've signed in, but you can go ahead and set that up. So I'm just going to go ahead and hello. Simplifies.com, and I'm going to put any password I prefer. So this is actually my personal email. You can go ahead and email me in case of any inquiries. I will go ahead and respond in case of collaborations, partnerships, or you want even the source file of this, the zip file of this one you have just created. Go ahead and email me, and then I'll send it to your inbox straight away for free. So once that is done, I'm going to just go ahead and sign in, and you can see it goes ahead and picks my name. Good morning, Titus. There's a dark mode, there's a logout button here, exactly. Then there's a report, and let me show you that. There's a report, spending period and everything, budget, transactions, so dashboard is here. So as I've said before, I just want us to create a PDF version of it. We want to be able to extract our documents via PDF. You see right now, we can add a transaction. For example, let me say 500,000. It was an expense that went to purchasing of water. So I'm going to add categories under utilities, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and say purchased water. Then I'm going to add transactions. So right now I cannot export this anywhere, and I cannot do anything no matter how many transactions we have, which is something not that fair for an expense tracker. So I'm going to go to ChatGPT. Yeah, and tell it. So let's add PDF export. So I'm going to go ahead and tell it all the pages that we want. For example, transactions, budget, and our reports. So I'm going to go to transactions. So basically, that's how you're going to tell the AI to do that, to update for you the PDF. Or in case you have any other small challenge that you might want to add into your, because remember you're the pilot, AI cannot think for you in this. In case of any application you're developing, consider that you're the pilot, don't drive with AI. In case there's something you want to remove, go ahead and ask AI to remove it. If there's something you want to add, go ahead and ask AI to add it. And then it will, of course, generate for you the whole PDF file, the whole zip file, and then send it to you back. Then you go ahead and run it out, then you can launch. So I think that will be our last process, and then I'll guide you on the steps and step process on how you can actually go ahead and deploy this into a live server or online. I'm not going to go ahead and show you where you can put ads in case, let me say, you subscribe. Okay, so after working for around 6 minutes, ChatGPT goes ahead and completes for us the upgrade of Pilot with premium PDF exports. So the app now has 3 PDF options: transactions, export PDF budget, export PDF budget, and reports when you can download premium PDF. The full report is branded multi-page, so I'll not go ahead and read that. So now, again, brought us the full options. You can download the full zip, or you can download just this part. However, now we have seen the process the way back, how you can download the full zip and run it again. So now for this exercise, I'm just going to go ahead and download on this page. So I don't know if there's another download button. Okay, there's even a version here where you can view how the PDF looks like, which is this. Very beautiful. So I'm just going to go ahead and download this one, the patch. So I'm going to download, and I'm going to keep it here. So I'm going to go to locate folder, and as you can see, ChatGPT told us that what you can do after that, and close this. So we can do put it inside your existing Pilot Express track, the version we have just used. Well, right now we are using version 1.3, the latest. So I'm just going to go ahead and first close this one. So I'm going to go ahead and look for this one we have downloaded. Then I'm going to copy it there. So it is this one. I'm just going to go ahead and copy. and then look for the version we are using, which is version 1.1. Yes, so I'm going to go ahead and paste it there, and I think we can see it is there. Okay, so once that is already in place, it told us that after that, stop Vite with Ctrl+C, and then you're going to run this. So Vite, we are going to close this running one. Just go ahead and Ctrl+C on your laptop. But for me, I always prefer to use on-screen keyboard. Ctrl+C, so that you can see what's happening. Ctrl+C. So it closes that, and I'm going to go ahead and right-click this. This is exactly what it gave us here, which I copied, and I've right-clicked here. So it will go ahead and modify for us that version, and then we wait. You can see you only need the 2 PDF packages. You don't need to delete your existing. I also created the 3-page preview, so you can see the preview has sample data only, but the actual app dynamically uses the current. This one we have seen, it is just sample data, but however, can go ahead and create for us that. So rendered and visually inspect all 3 pages. That did everything, so it gave us that. So let's see how it runs, and we can go ahead and test it out. And then after testing, we're running. After testing it, it's here. We're testing it, then after we can just launch it. So once we are here, it refreshes automatically. Then again, we can sign back in. Oh, this thing is just the default, so I'm just going to go ahead and again write that. I'm going ahead and click my email. Hello. I type as then paste that. So once we are logged in, and you can see here everything is okay. I'm still looking for where there's downloading our PDF. Here, export PDF. So when you export it, this is how it will look, which is something very, very beautiful, prepared by Titus, generated date. And then he goes ahead and this is all done in a matter of seconds, 20 minutes. This would create 2-3 years back. This would create a programmer up to almost 10 days plus, or even 30 days, developing this simple software. So everything is okay. So now let's add some information. We see the whole flow, and then we go ahead and put it online. So with this I'm just going to go ahead and add some transactions by default. Also, you can go ahead and add the pricing page here, the billing page, but I will not go much into that. In case you want to know, go ahead and email me, and then I'll guide you the step-by-step process on how you can go ahead and add your own transactions and billing. So, add transaction. I'm just going to add food. Food. And then I'm going to add transaction, and I'm going to add another one. Income coming in. I'm going to put 5 million. That was salary. Yes, salary. And go ahead and write anything you want. Then again, another transaction, and put 200 million coming in as an income. Then we go ahead and put as that is from our business, and put it here, gift or anything. Then we go ahead and add transaction. Then we're going to add income coming in, that is 200, coming as a gift from some nice person. Can say add gift. Then we go ahead and add transaction, which is an expense. On transportation. Okay, So once that is done, we see the whole flow, how it works. So go ahead and see the transactions. We can actually download the PDF. Just go ahead and see transactions, and then we can export the PDF of our transactions here. Let me open this. It's this one, and you can see it actually gave us an expenses. This is expenses, the income, the expense income. That is very beautiful. Then we go ahead and see our budget. Our budget, we can actually go ahead and export PDF budget, and we can see how it looks like. It looks like this. Because we have spent this, we are remaining with 2.6. So I don't think I'll put budget even. I don't think we had put budget. So let me say food. We want a budget of 100,000. We set that, and then remember that we have used only 300,000 on food. When you can see transactions here, there's only 300,000 on food. So our budget is 1 million, which makes it actually 30% only done. Then go ahead and add another set. We say our entertainment, we don't want to exceed 20,000. So when you set it, we can see that we are already above limit, because our transactions on entertainment was at, you see, on entertainment, it was on cinema 200,000. If our budget has 20,000, so which means we have gone beyond our budget. So go ahead and put another one. Our limit should be, let me say, 20 million. Then when you set, it actually says that we are still on track, because our health we added was 200,000, which is just 50%. So you can actually refresh monthly budget. You say the end of the month, I want to budget around, I want to choose around 10 million. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Then when you save, it will go ahead and says we have used only 26%, based on our transactions here, that we have used only 26%. So go ahead and export that PDF now. We see if it has the complete value. Go ahead and put it there. And as you can see, it goes ahead and says how much we have used and how much we have not yet used. So go ahead and see reports. So you can see download premium report. So when you open report, I'm going to go ahead and open a new tab. Then you see. So our report comes like this in a pie chart. So everything looks very beautiful. Our report comes, everything, our transactions. Report brings monthly category budgets, and then also financial report. So everything I think is okay. You can set all finance data, build personal. So everything I think is okay to me. In case you also have anything, you can go ahead and add it there in your own AI. So as I said before, if you want the zip of this folder, I'll go ahead and link it. No, go ahead and email me, and then I will send it to you for free. And if you like the video so far, please consider liking it, or at least subscribing, because there are more tutorials dropping. I always drop this tutorial once in a while. So after that, let's go ahead and deploy. So I'm going to go ahead and ChatGPT. I'm going to edit. Let's deploy. We are going to deploy it on Vercel, and then or GitHub, whichever you wish. We'll go ahead and deploy, and then we're going to go to create it, and then I'm going to go ahead and set it up in a subdomain. So once you do that, let's deploy. So it will tell us what we're going to use, and I've said before, we can use Vercel, GitHub, or our own subdomain. And then so our subdomain, I'm going to go ahead and we use Hostinger personally. So go ahead and Hostinger. I'm going to go ahead and close this since we're done with them. Then this is our current one. So this site will be available also for you, the user. If you want to use it, go ahead and download it. Since it's a PWA, go ahead and download it as an app. Alright, so we have reached the deployment stage, and as you can see, it has worked for around 1 minute. Let's deploy Pesa Pilot to Vercel first, and then because the app uses hash roots like hash settings, we don't need any special SPA rewrite configuration. So from your current Pesa Pilot folder, stop the dev server with Ctrl+C, then you run. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this, and it says Ctrl+C, and then we stop our server. So do that. We're going to go to click Ctrl+C, and use your keyboard if you want to. And then you go ahead and right click to paste that, to run that, then I'm going to click enter after. So meanwhile, we can open our Vercel also, vercel.com. If you don't have an account yet, please consider creating it, because it's, I think, the most used, one of the most used deployment stuff. So as you can see, I have lots of projects with them, with Vercel. So once that build is done, you can go ahead, and after that we see what it has said. The important part is that the last command something like built-in. Then we see if there's built-in here, built-in Vite reporter. Okay, that is perfect, and that creates list. If that succeeds, deploy production directly. Go ahead and copy that. Then we're going to head and oh, something went wrong. Go ahead and copy this. Then we go ahead and edit that. Then right click and then production only. Then we'll go ahead and start, I think, the deployment process. Also, in case you're lost somewhere, go ahead and copy the whole thing and paste it into ChatGPT, and ChatGPT will guide you accordingly. So the first setup, choose roughly setup deploy, choose Y. Okay, says Y. Just enter. Okay, then it says we scope your virtual account link to existing. So go ahead and do that. Virtual should automatically recognize as the Vite and use. Right, so we wait for it to finish. In case of any prompt, to go ahead, ChatGPT will give you all the detailed process, so you don't need to master any single line of code for this. Goes ahead and says there's no environment variables needed for this version because the financial data is local storage based and the test login has no backend. So once it finishes, you should get a URL similar to. One thing before we push, but the test login behaves exactly as we designed. Use as what? So that's perfect for the store version. Run this tree now. That is after everything is done. We shall do. Then we send the terminal. So wait for it, and then we go ahead and send in the terminal. Right. So the step-by-step process, the small details that we did in the back end, you can go ahead and play this video in slow motion, so that you can actually see what we did and what happened. But however, our live link on Vercel is already ready. You can go ahead and it's already here. You can go ahead and send that directly on GitHub, or you can easily add that. But for my case, I already have GitHub. I'm just going to ask it, let's deploy on GitHub. Deploy on GitHub. To deploy on your own subdomain, we shall go to domains here, and then we go ahead and add domain from here. However, that's a whole process we're going to look at after. For now, let's first go to deploying on GitHub. So I'm going to go ahead and copy my GitHub. Also, remember, it is working autonomously because I already linked my GitHub and my Vercel on VS Code, so everything should appear very beautiful. If it doesn't, please make sure that you go ahead and connect to your GitHub. If it asks you, if you fail or get any problem, please go ahead and email me, or you can go ahead and ask the AI to guide you on the step-by-step process on how you're going to connect to GitHub. So as you can see, our GitHub already has only this. So we expect after deployment, I expect this to be here. So let's see, deployed via GitHub and configured. Once we can see it added to our GitHub, when you refresh, you will find that our files are already on GitHub here. And then here's how to add domain and connect Vercel to your subdomain or your main domain. So once you do that, you're going to add existing, and then you're going to press the subdomain that you want. For this purpose, we would have already added for us here Pesa pilot. So go ahead and, you see here, go ahead and view DNS configuration, and then you're going to go to your hosting. Then you're going to log in. I use Hosting. I'm going to log in. I don't know if it's the same for other hosting platforms, but for Hosting, it's pretty simple and pretty clear. So once you are in Hosting, go ahead and look for domains, and then you're going to look for the subdomain where you're going to connect it, which is this. Title simplifies. Go ahead and edit names, edit DNS. Then you're going to add it here. So when we go to Vercel, it will give us the name is the CNAME. Go ahead and find that the name here is CNAME, which is this. Then our name is Pesa Pilot. Copy that and paste it here. Pesa Pilot. Then our target, we'll go ahead and copy this target, which is this. Don't type it manually. Go ahead and just copy. Then you go ahead and paste this. Leave the rest to default, and then you can, if it gives you though, leave the rest to default, and then you're going to click add record. So once that is done, go back to Vercel, and then you're going to click refresh button. And I think once it is refreshing, Vercel will automatically detect, and then will start the verification process. Now, after that whole process, we can see that Tester Pilot actually is open here. I'm also going to leave it the description. So if you want a free expense tracker that doesn't track you with no adverts or anything, go ahead and use testerpilot.com. Also, if you want to own it by yourself, I can give you the rights to it because personally I use it as a demo. I don't want to monetize it. So go ahead and email me, and then I will send you the full version for free. So here's our PWA. You can install it as an app, and then you can see it launches as an application here. As you can see, you can even search for it here. It's a pilot. It comes as a desktop app. Even people on phone, if you're using a device, iPhone or Android, you can go ahead and still go ahead and log it. You can still go ahead and use it. So give me an example. So as I said before, in case you want to own this Pesa Pilot, if you want the source code, I can give it for free. And then if you want to monetize, we can talk. You can give me a small portion or anything small, and then you can go ahead and own it by yourself. It's very beautiful. As you can see, everything works very well. We have already tested everything before, so I'll not go ahead and add data here to test, but everything is working very well. Dark mode, light mode, it's an application you can download on your phone. You can go ahead and test. Again, the link, let me repeat the link again. I'm going to put in the description. Go ahead and test it out. And if you like the video so far, please consider liking. And if you've reached this far, I think a subscription is the only thing I can ask from you. Also email me, also WhatsApp me. And then without much more say, I'll catch you in the next one.